Hey, I am Allison Harris with the Harris Home Team, and I'm making this video today because when I moved to Savannah, it was like 23 years ago, I felt like I was moving to a faraway place where I didn't know anything about anything. And I was confused about a lot of things. And so we're talking about some really small practical things that actually make a really big difference. And today, in today's video, we are going to go over how you get to Savannah. So flight times, drives, where you can get direct flights. And the idea is that we just want to be sure that you absolutely understand what it's like to live here. So, one of the biggest things that holds people back from making a move to Savannah is the fear of being far away, like far from your family, far from friends, far from a city you've always known. I hear it all the time. I love Savannah, but it just feels so far from everything. So today I want to challenge you and challenge that, because once you actually look at the numbers, the flights, the drives, the distance, Savannah is actually more connected than most people realize. Let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, the airport. Our airport is amazing. The Savannah Hilton Head International Airport, the airport code is SAV, is a small airport. And I know what you're thinking. Small airport means limited flights, and it's going to mean expensive tickets. And maybe you're going to have to go through Charlotte or Atlanta every time you want to go somewhere. And that used to be true, but it's not true anymore. So there are lots of cities with direct flights. There's actually more than 20. So let me just run through some of them. In the Northeast, you can fly direct both to JFK and LaGuardia on Delta, JetBlue, and American. You can get to Boston on JetBlue. There's actually a Boston flight from Delta too, I believe. And then to Washington, D.C., both Reagan and Dulles, you can take American and United. So if you're coming from the Northeast or leaving family behind there, you can be on a direct flight. We're not talking a connection. There's no layover. You can just get here and there very easily. So the Midwest, did you know that there are direct flights to Chicago? One of my favorite big cities. I absolutely love Chicago. You can get there direct on American, United, and Southwest. You can take a direct flight to Detroit and Minneapolis on Delta, Cleveland and Columbus, both on Breeze Airways, if you want to chance the Breeze. I've never flown Breeze. I don't know. It just seems kind of sus to me. Then the Southeast, Savannah, or Atlanta has frequent service on Delta. We're talking multiple flights a day. And that flight to Atlanta is only 38 minutes. It is so quick. Basically, by the time you get up, you're already coming down. And then Charlotte, you can get there on American, Nashville on Southwest and Allegiant, Dallas on American and Southwest. And if you're from Philadelphia or any other Nashville, there's Philadelphia, Nashville, a couple places in Ohio. There's a lot of places that Allegiants fly. They only fly on Thursdays and Sundays. So take a look at those, and you can get to Houston on United and Southwest also. So in Florida, Orlando, Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, you can get to all of those on a direct flight. And then if you are flying west, you can get as far west as Denver on United and Southwest. There's also things that vary by season, so always check with the airline. But one thing I always tell people, flight availability at the Savannah airport shifts seasonally. So always check direct flights with the airline for current routes and schedules. But the overall picture is clear. Savannah is not a sleepy regional airport, no more. And then let's talk about Atlanta. Have you guys heard the joke that you're gonna, even if you're going, I think, what is it? You're going to have to fly through Atlanta, even if you're going through hell or something, going to hell. I don't know. Anyway, there's some joke about it because Atlanta is the most common city that people are going to fly through to get to other connections. I fly for work all the time, and I am in the Atlanta Delta Sky Club more than I care to share. And while we're on Atlanta, it's a very common place for people to relocate to Savannah from. And it can also be a pretty big objective. Like if I live in Atlanta, Atlanta has Hartsfield and I can fly anywhere direct from there. So let's talk about that Savannah to Atlanta commute. First by car, it's 249 miles and takes about 4 hours, which means if you generally need Hartsfield for an international flight or a route that Savannah does not cover, it is a 4-hour drive. That is simply just a road trip. And honestly, for most domestic travel, Savannah is going to be faster door to door than fighting the Atlanta traffic to Hartsfield, dealing with the parking situation and navigating one of the busiest airports in the world. So if you're flying to Atlanta, you can literally get there in 38 minutes. And you get to park your car at the Savannah airport, which, by the way, is significantly less parking per day at our airport. So let's talk a little bit about driving distances. One of the things I genuinely love about Savannah's location is how many great places are an easy drive away, even like faster, like a good day trip. Hilton Head is 38 miles. I like to say that's not a trip. You can do that on a Tuesday afternoon. Charleston is 108 miles. That's about an hour and 45 minutes. And if you have been to Charleston, it's basically like Savannah's older, slightly fancier cousin. It's a great day trip, but an even better weekend trip. And then we've got Jacksonville. It's about 2 hours away. So Jacksonville also has a major international airport if you ever need it. Has a gorgeous beach, a Trader Joe's too, actually, an NFL team, and increasingly, it's one of the people, like Florida prices are continuing to go up. So there's actually people who are considering a move to Jacksonville, Florida, who are actually considering Savannah instead. Let's not forget about Columbia, South Carolina. It's about 2.5 hours away. It's about 160 miles. Atlanta, as I already said, is 249 miles. That's about 4 hours. So then we've got Charlotte. That's 250 miles. So that's about 4 hours. And then Orlando, 282 miles and about 4 hours, which means Disney World is a very reasonable round trip from Savannah. I'm just putting that out there for all the families watching. My daughter actually lives in Orlando, and I go to visit her very often. Another really great city that's kind of a sleeper that is a great little weekend drive is Greenville, South Carolina. It is absolutely a precious downtown, and they have a wonderful performing arts center down there with really high level Broadway tours that come through. That's going to be a little bit more than 3 hours drive. But I absolutely love a Greenville weekend. So here's what I really want you to hear about this video. When families tell me they're worried about being far from people they love, I get it. It's a real feeling, and moving is hard. Leaving your existing community is hard. But don't be afraid of being isolated in Savannah specifically, because our geography just doesn't support it. You are a quick direct flight from New York, Boston, Chicago, DC. You're a 2-hour drive from Charleston, 4 hours from Atlanta, 4 hours from Charlotte. And here you have 216 days of sunshine. 216 days, which means when people come to visit, and they will come to visit, it's going to be kind of hard to get them to leave. And that's not a problem. I like to think of it as a selling point. So if you're in the research phase and you want a complete picture of what life in Savannah actually looks like, head to newto912.com. We've built a full relocation guide that covers everything: neighborhoods, schools, cost of living, direct flights. And when you're ready to talk, book a 15-minute call with us. We know this city, we love this city, and we would love to help you with your move here.